This is Habakkuk 2, verses 2 through 3. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash, and in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that's the name of the Heavenly Father and His begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, our Savior. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS for teaching us truth and sincerity, the 144% truth and sincerity. And shalom to you brothers out there on the highways and byways. Just continue to push, and we will prevail to this kingdom, Lord willing. I want to label this lesson, The Plagues Are for Esau, and the vision at this appointed time. Something along that line, most likely. But like I said before, what I just read was Habakkuk chapter 2, verses 2 and 3. And basically, the Lord was answering Habakkuk, and he was telling Habakkuk to write these visions in this book. These visions are for an appointed time, okay? And then at that appointed time, these visions, in the end, they'll speak, and they won't lie. Meaning they everything that these scriptures say, they're going to speak. They're going to physically manifest. Okay? Though it may take a time, you wait for it. Okay? Because when it comes, it's going to come like that. Okay? It's going to come. It's not going to take very long for Babylon to fall. Okay? So these visions were set for an appointed time, and that appointed time is now. What a lot of people don't understand about the Most High, they look at the world and they say, okay, there's so much, evil or bad things that happen to people or bad things that happen to good people, this and that. How come the Lord just can't make everything perfect, with the flick of his wrist or flick of his finger? They don't understand a man as a man of his word. So when you're a man of your word, what you say, you're going to stick by it. So everything in this book, the Most High is going to stick by it, and it has to come to pass. Okay? So right now, you're seeing these visions that he spoke about are coming to pass. And what's a part of these visions? These visions are that the man of sin, the devil, the so-called white man, will be revealed. And that's what you have now. These are part of the visions that the men in the Bible speak about. These are his prophets. Okay? And nothing's new under the sun. The same thing is happening now. You've got men of the so-called black community, the so-called Native American, the so-called Latino community are now speaking up for the Most High, speaking up for the destruction of Babylon, aka America, the destruction of this system. Okay, so these visions are now starting to fall upon this earth. And what, like I said before, what a lot of people don't understand is they judge everyone by the outwardly appearance and the outwardly man. They take a lot of, they think a lot of the prophets are weak. They look at a prophet as weak. A man of no integrity, someone who can be ran over, which is actually quite contrary. Okay, the Lord speaks through his men, and he makes these men mighty. Okay. These men are some of the most the most smartest men on the planet, because they understand these holy scriptures, so they can break down situations throughout life because of the Comforter, the Holy Comforter, Yahweh Shai, giving them this knowledge and sitting with them. Okay, so let me go to Luke 1:70, just showing that there's nothing new under the sun. The Lord has always used his prophets. Luke chapter 1. Verse 70, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Okay, so showing you that since the world began, he's always spoke through the mouth of his holy prophets, and those have always been men. All right, okay, so through our nation, the Native American, the so-called Native American, black and Latino man have always been those men have always represented the Most High and his kingdom. Okay, we've always been his soldiers. okay, on this planet. But through not obeying our Father, He put us in, different captivities. The Babylonian, the Persian Medo captivity, the Greek captivity, and the Roman captivity. And now you have our basically Rome reloaded captivity, the ancient Babylonian captivity, which is our last captivity. But He's always spoke through His holy prophets. He's always spoke through these men. Okay, so once again, when what you're seeing on the screen, these are plagues that are coming upon Esau, that are coming upon his kingdom. Okay, it tells you in 2nd Esdras 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the world that followeth. So what you got to understand, for one kingdom to rise and for a kingdom to rise, a kingdom has to fall. Okay, you can't have a kingdom within a kingdom. So all of you out there who are in this mindset that the black community has to come together, it's not going to happen on this side. The best thing that we can do is come back to our power. Okay, we get vengeance through our power, Yahushua. Then He's going to restore us, and through that we'll get our vengeance. Okay, you got to understand, when He came, there's a lot of times that He could have whooped the shit out of these Roman persecutors. Okay, He could have put a lot of these Pharisees in their place, but He knew, once again, He was on a mission. He was a man of His word. He was on a mission. So there's, He said, I'll get my revenge when I come back. So once again, we've got to stop with this whole building a kingdom within a kingdom mindset. All right, you're going off when you think like that. It's not going to happen. The best thing we can do is come back to our laws, statutes, and commandments that were given to us, because through that you gain your power. Through that you gain your understanding. Through that, wisdom sets in. Okay? I'm kind of going off topic, but like I said before, these are plagues that are coming upon this nation. So through these plagues, that's how one nation will fall and another nation will rise. All right, so these plagues are going to come in the form of diseases, in the form of storms, in the form of earthquakes, in the form of economic destability, in the form of a whole the stock market crashing. These things are plagues that are going to come upon this nation, and like I said before, eventually upon the whole upon other nations, not just Esau. The so-called Moabites, which are the Chinese, the so-called Ammonites, which are the Japanese. These plagues are going to come upon all of these nations because they all conspired with one another against the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, that's how they stay in power, making sure that we stay out of power by putting us in quote-unquote projects, by making laws to where Jake will get arrested and it'll be 20 times harder for him to get back on his feet than any other nation or race out there. Okay, so once again, now the Lord, he hears our cries, and we've been afflicted long enough. He's awakened his chosen to now speak the word of this holy Bible, the true doctrine of Yahushua. And He's waking up the women as well, are coming back into their order, are becoming into subjection to their men. And if you don't have a man, you just pray on it, because once again, you will through the Most High. But he's restoring order back within Israel. Okay, so that order, through that order, He'll protect us. But once again, He'll put plagues upon not only these other nations, but 2/3 of our people who don't come back to our God, to our power. Okay, because 2/3 of you out there are still, you actually want Esau's system to thrive. You want America to continue. You like this system. You like how things are set up. Okay, and that goes for men and women. But I'm in the spirit, it's mostly for you women. You like the fact that you can not only provide for yourself, but there's a system that's set up to where you don't need a man in the house and there's no consequence. Okay, and this whole feminist agenda, these things are detrimental to our society, to our nation. Okay, And then you men as well who want to just, through our oppression, you don't want to face yourself and become better, okay? You don't have to be a fucking nigga with your pants hanging off your ass or shooting dice all day or talking about drugs or selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard. But once again, you gotta understand. You gotta have faith. That's what this whole grace period is about. Excuse me, Salakia. But that's what this whole grace period is about. Okay. But once again, I'm getting off topic. But I want to go to Isaiah 29:6. So once again, us coming back to our power, basically, is going to basically, it's going to please the Most High. Okay, and it is pleasing to the Most High. So through that, now plagues are going to come upon these other nations. So Isaiah 29, verse 6. Though thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. All right. So the Lord of hosts, our Father Yahushua, he's going to come back and he's going to visit the earth. Right now, he's visiting the earth slowly but surely. And how is he doing that? Through thunder, meaning harsh storms. Okay. With earthquakes. Okay. In the last 10 years, there's never been more earthquakes throughout any time period in recorded history. In 2018, last year was the fourth warmest year in recorded history. Okay, so these are basically this is the Most High, our Father, who once again that the heavens and the earth is his footstool. He created this. So this is him showing he's visiting the earth. Okay, he has to destroy, he has to weaken the nations so that we can rise. If you read throughout scriptures, that's always happened. That's how the Father always shows his power. Okay, you got to understand, he got to get his glory too. He looking from the heavens and no one believes in a God. No one believes in the power. No one literally, you look outside and you don't think that this is divine? That a bird never has to, you ever had a bird come to your door and say, hey, I'm hungry? A squirrel come to your door, hey, I'm hungry. 9 times out of 10, you don't even have to do that. Okay? If you believe in the Father, he always provides. This is a divine order, okay? So just think about it. If you're the creator of all these things, you're gonna be pissed that people don't think that that you exist. Okay, so you're gonna show off. You understand? You're gonna show off to show these people. You really don't think that that there's a power, that you come from a power. You want to worship the created, but you don't want to worship the creator. You understand? These are things that we gotta understand and we gotta see. So once again, these are plagues that the Father is about to bring upon this planet. The typhus disease. These are diseases that were around, in the medieval times. Okay, like I said, the low birth rate amongst Esau. Okay, the devil's now being revealed, and now the plagues that were upon us are being upon him. This is how it works. I want to go to Hosea, chapter 4, verse 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish. Let me read that over. Hosea, chapter 4, verse 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Okay, so basically the beast of the field, meaning the animals that are on this planet, they're mourning as well. You guys I just seen an article. I think it was giraffes. I believe it's giraffes, but they're at extinction levels. A lot of animals that we grew up and learned learned about. These animals are now extinct, are becoming extinct. Okay. Once again, and the fowls of heaven, meaning the birds of heaven. The birds, they're falling out the sky. They're being stressed, The fish, you got fish washing upon the You got fish washing upon the sea. Salakia, my phone just cut off on me. But you got fish washing upon the sands now, you know, because the water's too toxic. You know, they can't stand in there. Whales beaching up. Okay? They can't even stay in their natural habitat anymore. They're mourning. The planet, the earth is mourning. Esau, this fucking devil, has ran this planet to the ground, okay? For gold, for oil, for drugs, okay? We're only in Afghanistan. We went to Afghanistan and Iraq. We didn't go there for no damn, for weapons of mass destruction they never found, okay? If you haven't figured it out, we went for drugs. That's why now there's so many opioid addictions everywhere, okay? Esau's so wicked, he don't give a fuck. He'll destroy his own people. You understand? Just to get to Jake, just to get to the 12 tribes, okay? But he didn't even understand that your people took those drugs more than we did. You know, of course we got some who you know are on drugs, but at the same time, these people are using it at a much higher rate. Okay, those are plagues, man. These fucking people ran this planet to the ground. Okay, ran it to the ground. These people have to go into captivity. So those, and it tells you in scripture, those who lead into captivity shall go into captivity. I want to end it off on 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And the sword meaning guns and nuclear missiles, okay? Famine. So there'll be lack of food, okay? You're going to have diseases that are going to plague this planet, this country. Isaiah 4:1 is going to come into effect, where 7 women will take hold of 1 man. These are all things that are coming upon this planet, whether you want to believe it or not. Once again, that's why you have the men of Great Millstone preaching and prophesying for you to hearken unto your Lord. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And if you read 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, it literally tells you it's a breakdown of martial law to come. It's a complete breakdown of martial law, okay? In Los Angeles, I believe it was maybe a week ago, they had live drills in the middle of Los Angeles, okay? Out of nowhere, and told them that they were preparing for urban, I believe it's just urban drill, okay? So what that sounds like to me is they're going to roll on these. If you live in an urban community, on a place where there's a lot of communities, businesses, these people are going to shut that shit down through martial law. That's coming, okay? So I hope this was edifying. Shalom. And once again, like I said before, man, Israel, just continue to hearken unto our Lord. It's almost up. The plagues are coming for Esau, and all we got to do is hearken unto our power. Yahweh Shai is coming.